All right, so next we're going to talk a little bit about entering into elbows using different setups, whether it's punches, knees, or whatever. Punches is the most simple and easiest way, I think, to get things started. So we're going to talk about when we're at a distance and we're coming in and we want to land an elbow strike. Okay, so the first one, a very, very simple technique. We can actually do it with the pads, right? Very, very simple technique. Most basic one, probably to practice the most often, is just going to be a jab to an elbow. So when we talk about, all of striking techniques, I'm sure you hear it all the time about how important your jab is, right? And how much, having a good jab can set everything else up.
Yeah.
Sets up your cross, sets up your kicks, all this, sets up your elbow too. So think about that, right? So always remember, when we're doing this, we're setting them up with our jab, right? We're not just throwing a jab to an elbow. Like, we're setting them up. So we throw, a good jab. Okay. Now I like to do with 2 different steps, right? One step for the jab, and then the second step for the elbow. Okay?
You want it like this?
Yep. Because we're doing down elbow. But you can do any of them. All right, so 1, 2. Okay? And again, you can practice the cutting elbow or you can practice the knockout elbow. Doesn't matter. Whatever your preference is. We went over that earlier. All right, so 1, and then 2. You can do the up elbow. 1, 2. Do a horizontal. 1, 2. You do up or in elbow. I'm sorry, that's the other one I was thinking. 1, 1. But then with the in elbow, you're gonna have to take a bigger step. 2. Okay. But either way, the point of all this, I'm demonstrating all these different ones, but the point is that learn how to use your feet to get into that elbow, right? So we want to use our jab to get him to cover up, right? So if you were actually, a partner, right? I want him to get him there, and then I figure out which angle for whichever elbow there is, right? So when we're on the pads, what we want to practice is how to get our feet in the right spot to elbow, and that's the key. Now, as we come in, I also have to keep this hand up high in case I run into one of his right hands or his elbows. It's that pretty much simple. And then we'll go over a couple other combos next.